Okay, in this video we are going to create the table tennis bat handle, the half for the profile A and the half for profile B. The handle has extruded text. It can come out of the model or it can go into the model, text of your choice. And on the other side you will see that there are location points that are very important for the construction of your table tennis bat. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start modeling this component, and I will show you how to reproduce it so you have a duplicate for the other side. So let's go ahead. The first thing we need to do is select our working directory, and here I've already gone to mine, which is my table tennis bat tutorials, and I'm just going to press OK. Once I've selected my working directory, I'm going to go to new. It will naturally be part file, and I'm going to call that bat underscore handle A, and then I'm going to press OK. Okay, your modeling planes will appear in front of you. We are working from the top plane to create this component, so I'm going to select the top plane and I'm going to go up to sketch and select sketch. Your model plane should have turned parallel to the screen into 2 dimensions. If it doesn't, you can select this button here called sketch view. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a line on the center line across and then disconnect using the scroll wheel. I'm going to select that the dimension tool, and I'm going to make that line 100 millimeters long, and this dimension is how far this end is from the center of the environment. So to put this line in the middle, I'm going to set this at 50 millimeters. Okay, I'm now going to choose the line tool, and I'm going to go to the left hand side. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to go vertically up, click once, and then disconnect with the scroll wheel. And I'm going to set that dimension. I'm going to set that dimension at 17.5 millimeters. I'm going to come across to the other side, and I'm going to draw a vertical line, making sure that it's not the same size. As you can see here, the other line goes green, so slightly smaller. Click OK. Disconnect with the scroll wheel as a button. Choose the dimension tool, and I'm going to set that at 12.5 in length. Now I'm going to go up to the line tool again, and I'm going to go from the top of the left vertical over to the top of the right vertical, and then disconnect with the scroll wheel button. Now I'm going to come and choose the center line, and I'm going to click on the horizontal center. I'm going to click once and then select again, and that becomes the center line of this drawing. I'm now going to use the select tool. I'm going to hold the control key down, and I'm going to select this line, and this line, the 3 lines we've just drawn. And I'm going to come up to the mirror tool in the editing palette. I'm going to click mirror, and then come and select the center line, left click, and it mirrors those 3 lines we've drawn. I'm then going to come across to the editing palette again and choose the delete segment tool. And I'm going to delete the line that we drew at the very start that runs through the middle of the drawing. And I've completed this sketch. So I'm going to go up and choose OK. Then across to Extrude. You will see that that has now extruded up the default size, and we're setting the height of that extrude to 10 millimeters. And then I'm going to tick OK, and now it goes grey. That is a perfect time to save this model. So I'm going to go to File, Save, and just click OK if it is going to your working directory. You don't need to type in. Okay, now to create some shapes. So on this top corner, I'm going to choose round, and the shorter edge, I'm going to choose that edge, click OK, and then make that dimension a radius of 20 millimeters. And tick OK. I'm going to come to the other side now, and I'm looking for these two corners. I'm going to choose round. I'm going to set the dimension radius of 5 millimeters. Come across and find the vertical corner. Let's put 5 in here and 5 in there, and then tick OK. So now I've created that shape. I'm now going to put a radius around this edge, and the radius I'm going to put on there is 8 millimeters. So I'm going to choose the round tool again. I'm going to set that at 8 millimeters, and then hover onto that edge and apply. And you will see that that goes all the way around that model. And then go tick OK. File, Save. Okay, I'm now going to create the holes underneath. So I'm going to turn the model over. I'm going to choose that base surface by hovering over until the word surf comes up. Left click and it should go dark green. When it does go dark green, go up to the top and choose Sketch. Now we're ready to model. So now I'm going to choose the rectangle tool. I'm going to come down and choose Center Rectangle. I'm going to find the center horizontal line, and I'm going to click and drag out a rectangle. And then I'm going to dimension that rectangle. So I'm going to zoom in, and I want to make this 6 millimeters, and this one also 6 millimeters. Now I want to set the distance from this line to this line as 10 millimeters. So I've got the dimension tool selected. I'm going to left click this line. I'm going to come across and left click this line, and then press the scroll wheel, and it will give me a dimension. I'm now going to set that dimension at 10 millimeters, and you can see it has moved my 6x6 square in, or further to the left. I'm now going to come across, and I'm going to draw out another rectangle. You can use the center rectangle. Now you can draw the exact same square, which is what we want, and to do that you will left click, and if you hover out, you can see that this is going to be a square because the little icon has come up. Just for the tutorial's sake, I'm going to deliberately make it bigger and then set it. So I'm going to set that at 6. I'm going to set that at 6. Now, it has given me a dimension from here to the center of 16.38. Now I actually want the dimension from here, left click, to here, left click and the center, and I want that to be 62.5. 62.5, and then it has moved, and then I'm going to tick OK. I'm going to rotate it. The sketch is selected in the model tree, so I can come up and choose Extrude. It has extruded out, so I can drag that up and down. Now I want to remove material, so I'm going to push that down into the model. Make sure remove material is selected. And I'm going to go down into the model by 7 millimeters. You will see that will not come through the other side. And then I'm going to tick OK. Okay, the final part of this model is to put some text on the top surface. So I'm going to hover over that top surface. I'm going to choose it by left clicking, and it should go dark green. I'm going to orientate it so it's almost horizontal, and then choose sketch. I'm doing that so that it shows horizontally on my screen. I'm now going to choose the text tool. Now, using the text tool, you must select the bottom left first by clicking, then you go up, and that dictates the height of your text. I'm going to make sure I'm not going past this line here. I'm going to come down below that. I can adjust the height after with the dimension tool. Once I click there, the text tool appears, and I'm going to type in the word in capitals, actually, technology. Technology. Now, as you can see, the word has gone further than the model, so I can play with the aspect ratio and I can reduce that length. Now, if I hover over here, the radius is somewhere here, it's starting, so I want to make sure it doesn't go too far there. And I can also create a slant, okay, a slant of this text. And I can adjust heights and lengths after. So I'm going to go ahead and tick OK. And then I'm going to go back into the sketch and edit definition. And you can adjust, so I can make it go further to the left by making, I'm going to round that up to 40 millimeters. And I can reduce the height here, or round that to 5, and that will go down a little bit. And the overall height of the text I can round up to 10 millimeters. So I'm just doing some fine tuning using the dimension tool. And then I'm going to tick OK. I'm going to rotate, and I'm going to tick extrude. And that extrusion I'm going to set at 1.5 millimeters and tick OK. There we have our technology handle. Okay, I'm going to put that back into the center, and that completes one side of the handle. So now that I've saved that, I'm now going to save a copy to do the right hand side. So I'm going to do save as, save a copy. Okay, and that was called bat handle part A, or bat handle A. I'm going to call that handle B, and then I'm going to press OK. That creates another component. I'm now going to open that component. So I'm going to go File, Open, and open handle B. Here we go. So I'm now opened handle part B, and this time I'm going to change the text. So I'm going to go into the sketch, oh sorry, it's sketch free. Go into the sketch, edit, and I can choose a different word. So I can double click, and let's just change that to design. And again, I can extend the length of that, so that's design on that side. I'm going to press OK. So one side of my table tennis bat will have technology and one side will have design. Of course, you can make yours unique to yourself, or yours could have the same both sides. You only need to design one side. Okay, so now I have two components. The next will be to show you how to construct these and put them together with each part that we have made.